It's time for Talk Law Radio with Todd Marquardt. Todd Marquardt, attorney at law in Texas. If you're a millionaire or a thousandaire, Talk Law Radio is now on the air. Call in with your business law question, your elder law question, veteran aid, Medicaid, build a business to get paid. 210-308-8867. Or ask a question online at marquardtlawfirm.com. That's MARQUARDT lawfirm.com. And now, it's Talk Law Radio with Todd Marquardt.
Welcome to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt here with Shannon Salmon-Haas. We're going to be talking about my trip to Croatia and Italy as tourist Todd. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, I'm super excited.
We will mention some of the law regarding passports, but I'm going to be focusing a lot on the travel because I went to a lot of different cities and experienced a lot of different things. And so if you wanted to hear about all law for this show, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm taking a break because I want to remember this trip with my dad.
Yeah.
It was a father-son trip, and I was with him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 15 days.
Yeah.
And so...
that's a whole story there.
It is, yeah. But this is Talk Law Radio. I do want to say a prayer.
Okay.
Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the gifts and blessings that you give to us. Please forgive us for our sins, for our mistakes, for doing the wrong thing or failing to follow your will. Please help those who are suffering from the disaster, the flood in Kerrville and surrounding area. Please help the first responders and those helping to find those people that lost their lives, and help the families of the grieving families. Comfort them during this time of sorrow. We pray that you'll help us to do everything we do for the good of your people, for our own good and for your glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So I heard about the flood when I was traveling, and I didn't really know the extensiveness of it because
I don't think they knew when it first started.
I didn't get to watch the news.
Right.
I could only read the news.
Right.
So my dad was very upset that he didn't get to, he's one of those old guys that watches Fox News all day.
Okay.
And so he missed that for 15 days. So I would just read the news and share with him what was happening.
You can't get Fox News there?
Well, we were on a yacht. We were cruising the Adriatic Sea, and I don't know, their DirecTV subscription wasn't working or whatever they use.
You know what I mean? I'm just a little surprised because it feels like we're so connected
I know.
these days. If he's got his cell phone and an internet access, he can get anything he wants.
But he doesn't like to click on things because he had his identity stolen once.
Okay.
Somebody stole his Social Security
He
check.
wanted to physically turn on a TV and have a TV be playing.
We could watch movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was all surprised that I didn't know who Newman.
Paul Newman?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is he a famous actor?
Yeah.
That's who we were watching, The Hustler.
Oh.
Have you seen that?
I can't say that I have, but I do know Paul Newman.
Well, 20 was a pool shark.
Uh-huh.
So then that got my dad on
I
a
bet
roll.
Mark knows. Mark's going to be surprised that you don't.
Then he wanted me to watch Casablanca.
Wow.
And he said, we have to study this movie.
Oh.
This is history.
Uh-huh.
You're going to learn about history by watching this movie.
Yeah.
And that put me right to sleep.
Oh, you didn't finish it.
I didn't.
Are you going to finish your history lesson later?
I'll have to because I'm sure he'll keep bringing it up.
Yeah, you have to watch it. Paul Newman has a whole line of foods that he donates all.
I have seen his spaghetti sauce.
So cute.
But I never
Your dad's like Paul Newman. Oh, the guy with the spaghetti sauce.
I never watched any of his movies. It was an interesting movie. I'm a fan, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about some of the places that I went, because I'm going to have to talk about 4 cities.
Okay.
Each of the 4 segments. So
Okay.
we started out, I flew from San Antonio to Newark, and then Newark to Dubrovnik in Croatia. And our flight left in the evening, U.S. time, and it's a 7-hour flight, and then they're also 7 hours ahead of us. So when I got off the plane in Dubrovnik, it was like the next day. It was really interesting. It was a very long day because I didn't sleep well on the plane. And so...
Do you know why?
Jet lag. We were just all exhausted.
Uh-huh.
But the first thing that we did is we went on a tour, and we went to... we rode this cable car.
But did you sleep before you set out? It's a blur. You can't remember.
No. I was like awake for 24 hours at least.
Wow.
But anyway, let me tell you about this cable car. And if you're watching or you're listening and you want to see my cable car ride, check out my Instagram video. You can find me at Todd A. Marquardt, TODDAMARQUARDT, on Instagram. And you can watch Tourist Todd and his adventures with his phone in Croatia.
Yeah. And your glasses.
Yes, I also use the Meta glasses, the Facebook glasses. And so that gives me some different perspectives.
It's a really good image that comes out.
It is, and
there's a little camera in there.
The microphone is great. I learned that when I interviewed my dad later on in the trip. But Dubrovnik was a very interesting place because it's so old. The city was like its own nation state back in the olden days, as we like to say.
Yeah. I liked that thing you did about the written document, like how the kings ruled with just an unwritten rule, but then you found...
Right. That was breaking news, as societies and nations develop to have written laws. So we're glad for that. And what makes the United States so special is the rule of law, that the law applies to all of us, and it's not just one person, that the king, that gets to make the laws like a child playing a new game.
Right.
You ever have one of those friends?
Like a king in Dubrovnik in 1300.
Yeah, no, it was way before that.
Yeah, I had a friend like that would change the rules of the game and then get their board and go home if they didn't like it.
Right. So the first thing we did was do that cable car ride, which gave me this awesome view of the whole city. And one of the most impressive things to me about Dubrovnik was its wall.
Oh,
and I was like, this is
that?
just like the United States. Uh-huh. They have a wall. We need a wall.
Yeah, you wanted to bring that back with you.
But the reason that Dubrovnik had a wall is because they were being attacked from the Venetians in Venice across the Adriatic Sea.
Yeah.
And from the other side, the Ottomans. And so they built this wall around their city.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. And so the next day, we got to walk on top of the wall.
Uh-huh.
And that was neat. And then you'll see another video where we found a hole in the wall.
Uh-huh.
And on the other side was like people jumping off of these rocks into the ocean.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Uh-huh. And then you had to do it.
I wanted to. Yeah, It was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little frustrating to have to carry around my clothes and stuff because there's nowhere to put your stuff. But this is really interesting. There's no crime there. Like, there's no police.
Okay.
There's no crime.
But I want to know why. I mean, that always makes me very suspect.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, is it like the Philippines where you get the death penalty for spitting out some gum or something? They
have a parliament. It's a government, like the rest of Europe. They're part of the European Union. They live by rule of law. At least this is what they were programmed to tell me. So the tour guides, I would ask them stuff like, where are the police?
Right.
Do you have any crime? And they're like, no, but don't tell anybody because, we like it here.
That is very, very interesting.
It was interesting. So nobody stole my stuff. Even when I went to the beach, there's another video of me on the beach, and it's not a sandy beach, it's a pebble beach, but I had to leave my stuff over there and go jump in the water. Yeah. And I was...
So your wallet and everything, like your fancy glasses with the camera in it?
Yeah. Well, I lifted up the glasses like this. So I didn't go completely under. Yeah. Because I needed my camera.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. They're not waterproof or anything.
Right. Well, I don't know if they are.
Yeah.
And I did leave my phone on the beach. So with strangers.
Yeah.
So thank God.
Everything looked very
worried sick about it.
When you look at the footage, it does look exactly like you're describing, like incredibly safe, It just, nothing looked sketchy in any way.
It was great.
What would Chris have said if she was there and you said, hold on, hold my stuff. I'm going to go jump off this cliff into this water over here. I found a hole in the wall and there's people jumping into the...
Yeah, no, she would say, that's fine, go ahead.
She's used to you.
No, but I would let other people test it out first. I met somebody that broke her neck diving into the water, and I'm well aware of the devastating effects of that.
But it was very deep. I mean...
Yeah. And I watched other people jump in first, but we got to take a break. After we come back, I'll tell you about some of the other cities in Croatia and Italy that I visited. This is Talk Law Radio with Shannon, and we'll be right back.
Planning for your summer vacation? Don't forget to plan for the things that really matter. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. Have you planned for your final affairs? Why spend time and money on vacation plans but neglect your legacy? Contact Marquardt Law Firm today. Our attorneys focus on business and estate law, including last wills, living trusts, and tax-protected inheritance plans. Call 210-530-4278. That's 210-530-4278. Or visit marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome to Talk Law Radio, or welcome back. We've been talking about my travels to Croatia, Dubrovnik, and I'm going to mention some other cities that I also visited along the way here with Shannon Salmon-Haas, the Instagram influencer of the year. Find her on...
according to my friend Todd.
Find her on Instagram at Shannon Roberta SA. Right?
I changed it.
Oh, what is that?
I changed my name. I put I put the San Antonio first now.
San Antonio Shannon?
Yeah, I put San Antonio Shannon Roberta.
Okay.
You know why?
No.
It's not a very nice reason why. I don't know if I should say it on air.
Somebody was after you?
No, I always say SA because ever since I was young, a million years ago, SA is what we called San Antonio. Like, that's...
Right.
We like, where do you live? I live in SA. Well, young people have taken over. SA now means sexual abuse. SA is short.
Oh, you know how I didn't know that.
Young people are always all over the internet with texting and anytime you see that now, it has a new meaning.
Oh.
So I had to change my name.
Sorry that you had to do that.
Yeah, sorry I had to share it with you live on the air as well.
Okay, well, let me I went to a lot of places, so I have to talk fast. But you can find all kinds of videos on my Instagram page, Todd A. Marquardt, TODDAMARQUARDT, on Instagram. You can watch my videos. I don't know. Some of them are on Facebook. I'm not a technologist, so I don't know exactly how to do everything. I'm new to the game. So
they look good though.
Good.
And you were using that Edits app from Instagram.
For Instagram, right?
Allegedly, they push those out more when you use the Edits.
Well, it's
app.
like CapCut for TikTok.
Right. Was it easy for you? How long did it take for you to get those out?
Well, it's not easy because I'm trying to tell a story with the video.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, should I talk about this? Should I add my voice?
Right. Put some music.
Voiceover or the music or use text writing on the
You like
photos.
CapCut or Edits better? Or which one is easier?
Well, I haven't been on TikTok because I'm worried that the CCP is tracking my every move.
Mm-hmm. They actually sent me here.
And so that's why I went to Instagram and used the edits. It's easy for me to use. I probably don't know everything that it can do.
I thought it was really easy, real user-friendly.
I try and use different modes and methods for each video to
It's really good quality.
change things up.
It looks good.
So after we left Dubrovnik, the cruising yacht traveled overnight to the next town, which is called Korčula. And we did a short 2-hour walking tour of this small town, Korčula, which also had walls. It had a fort. Mm-hmm. And because it was so much like Dubrovnik, they even call it Little Dubrovnik. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the city's nickname. And
is that the one with all the stairs?
No, this one, we just sort of walked around the wall, and the tour guide just told us about the city, and then the tour was over, and my dad had to get back to the yacht so that he could do his continuing education.
Oh.
And so I think that afternoon I just hung out. I was probably producing videos. I don't know.
Yeah.
It takes me so long to pick the pictures and put them in order and find everything on my phone. And then I was having to study the history.
Yeah, you must know all about the history.
To really understand all of this.
When did they, it's hard for me to, what time frame are we talking about? When were they building this wall? I hate to put you on the spot.
This was
how old is this wall?
Maybe the 4th or the 7th century. These were just people that lived there, and they were trading salt. And salt was like money back then.
Yeah.
And so the Venetians wanted their salt.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had to build these walls. And they didn't just build the wall one time. Technology would develop.
Oh, wow.
So they went from arrows to cannons.
Right.
And so they would have to reinforce their fort.
They're just
wall.
like us.
Right.
Yeah.
So
because we do that now.
Right. You know what it's like now is the Golden Dome. That the federal government is supposed to be building for us.
Yeah.
So because we're not trying to defend the United States from cannons or arrows, now we have to defend ourselves from long-range missiles.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, that is super interesting to me too.
But their whole history, 2,000 years, they've been craving their independence.
Mm.
So the United States fought for our independence 250 years ago. They fought for their independence 34 years ago.
Wow.
And so people still remember their War of Independence in the 1990s
Yeah.
from their breakaway from Yugoslavia.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. It was a pretty big news story.
Right,
for
you remember
us.
seeing it on TV.
Yeah. And
I
that was
didn't-
my first reference when you told me you were going to
Right.
Croatia, you know.
Yeah, right next to Bosnia.
Yeah.
And I asked somebody too. I said, "Are we safe?"
Mhm.
And she said, "Oh yeah, I go to Bosnia all the time."
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I didn't get the memo that it's safe there now.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. I know that makes me sound a little ignorant, but that was a really big news story.
Right.
From I had to look it
And
up.
I don't
you know?
think that they advertise. Not only
I
did
don't-
we win our independence, but it's beautiful here.
I don't
Come
think they
check us out.
advertise very much. They need to give you a cut if they get some more tourists out
Well,
of this.
you know, as I was writing descriptions for me to talk about for all these cities, Grok, the AI for X, was telling me to ask their Chamber of Commerce to be a sponsor.
Yeah, they should. You just did a huge Rick Steves on there.
Well, let me tell you where else I went from Korčula. So the next city that we visited the next day was Hvar. This is a very strange, well, it's strange for me to say.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people of Croatia know
Right.
exactly how to say it.
Right.
But the word begins with an H.
Okay.
Hvar. You have to pronounce the H and the V very quickly. Well, the yacht could not get close enough to the mainland. It couldn't dock there because it's such a small town. And so the yacht had to anchor out miles into the ocean. Then we had to get in these taxi boats called a tender to get to the dock. And so that was interesting for me.
Yeah, that would
But
be.
this was the first time that I had to hike to Fort Fortica, also known as Spaniola.
So all this stuff, you never get anxious at all? You did the whole plane ride. You did this thing where you're up in like a big basket. Like I don't know how
Yeah.
high you were up.
Yeah.
Now you're in a boat.
No,
you don't
I
struggle with that at all.
not those things. No, I just, I'm, they say ignorance is bliss. I just,
Well,
hope for the best.
I don't wish it on you. I mean, that's great. I'm glad you're like that. You probably like lay awake at night, like there's someone out there without a will right now. They're
Yeah.
not properly planning their estate.
yeah. It really bothers me when somebody comes in and says, okay, this is where I want my stuff to go. This is how I want them to receive it.
Yeah.
And then they say, thank you for the information. I'm not ready to hire a lawyer
Oh,
yet.
I know what you're thinking.
And so then I'm
that
like,
no one knows
well,
when.
it's not legal. You might die.
Right. Nobody knows. It's like,
Right. So that's why I say do it before you die.
yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah.
So this hike was like no joke.
Yeah. Was there a Starbucks on the way? Could you stop and get a?
There were cafes in the cities. So we could do that.
Oh, I was teasing. I didn't know.
and it wasn't like in the forest.
Uh-huh.
I mean, most of it was stairs. So if you want to see me hiking up these stairs, which are very old,
Yeah.
go to my Instagram, Todd A. Marquardt, TODDAMARQUARDT, and check out me walking up these stairs.
Yeah.
And I'm not an athlete.
Uh-huh.
It was hard for me.
Yeah. There's a moment where you're like, the reason everyone is so quiet.
Right, is because they were trucking up that hill.
How'd your dad
also.
do?
Well, he is an athlete.
Really?
He plays golf every day. He swims. He goes to the gym.
Yeah. Doesn't eat a lot of tacos.
Part of his job, he told me, since he retired, was to be physically fit.
Oh, wow.
Part of his job is to be a professional golfer. He wants to improve every day, every week, every month, every year.
This guy's living the dream.
And then he's also a professional saxophonist. He plays for 2 bands.
Yeah. This is a good life. And he travels with his son.
He does. I don't get to go everywhere that he goes, but I was glad to go on this one. So we're going to have to take another break. We've been talking to you about Croatia and my travels, and Shannon's here to make things fun. If you have questions, post in the comments. Follow us on Instagram. Shannon has a new name.
Something.
San Antonio.
She didn't have enough names.
San
She needed another
Antonio
one.
Shannon. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt with Shannon.
Somebody.
San Antonio, Shannon, Roberta on Instagram, and we're talking about Tourist Todd. I just returned from a trip to Croatia, and I was telling you about Hvar, which is a city in Croatia.
Do you know what I thought you were saying? Because I'm from the Valley, and we have something called Phar, which is Pharr. And this whole time, I thought you were saying Phar.
Yeah, I've been there, or I've seen the sign. No, but this is Hvar. And I was telling you about my hike up the mountain to this fort. But then after the hike, we came down. And my dad and I had dinner at this place.
I think that was
called
a good choice.
Garifal.
Yeah.
And the reason we knew about it is we ran into the captain of the ship, and my dad asked him, where should we go have dinner? Because I think the ship captain is Croatian. And he said this place, Garifal, is the number one spot in that city. And he said, it's rumored that not even Jeff Bezos could get a reservation there. You have to get reservations months in advance. Mm-hmm. Well, after we hike down the mountain, we go by there, and my dad says, we'd like to have a reservation. The young woman says, may I have your name? He gives her his name, and she says, how about 9:30? And he says, no, we can't do that because that tiny little taxi boat, the last one back to the ship, was going to be at 10.
Yeah.
And so he said, how about 7? And he got a reservation when Jeff Bezos couldn't.
It didn't look that full either, the restaurant. You know what I mean? Like, it's very exclusive. I do believe you it's exclusive.
No,
Would it be crude to ask how much it was? Because it looked very expensive.
Oh, I don't know. I refused to pay the bill. My dad paid the bill, so I don't know.
I'm just curious.
I remember it was interesting to me that the seafood dishes were more expensive than the beef.
Right. Because you would think, because the sea is right there.
That's what I was thinking. Like, shouldn't it be the other way around? But we wanted to eat what the locals ate, so we got fish and squid and octopus, and then...
It's really worth the watch. Like, if someone goes to your Facebook or Instagram, it is really worth it. If you want to see
me eating this squid...
well, it's better than the news or watching.
Find my Instagram, Todd A. Marquardt, TODDAMARQUARDT. Okay, something else that Hvar is known for is lavender. So I bought this little package of lavender soap and lavender oil for my daughter.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So next, we traveled to Split. Now, Split is a bigger city, and what the guide told us in Hvar was that if you're pregnant, you're either going to have your baby on the way to Split or you're going to have your baby in Split, because that's where the hospital is. They have doctors in the little town, but no hospital. So that was interesting to me.
Yeah.
So Split was a bigger city, and it was another hike up Marjan Hill.
But people do drive here, right? I mean, there's
Yes.
roads and cars.
I'm glad that you asked that question, because I don't remember which place it was. One of these hikes, we get to a certain point, and then I see a parked car. I was like, you got to be kidding me. We hiked up this mountain, but we could have taken a car.
Yeah. Everyone's laughing. Look at the tourists. We make them walk.
Right. No, it was a fun challenge, and we learned the history along the way. But what was interesting about the top of this hill is there's a flag, the Croatian flag, and a cross. And the tour guides, I was paying attention to not only the history of what they would say, but some of the tour guides, when they talk about the cross, they say it's a Catholic symbol. And then some of the other tour guides said that's the Christian cross. And one guide even said that this isn't just a religion. This is the way I live my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So they must have some religious freedom if he felt safe to say that and share that.
That's true.
Yeah. How interesting.
It is interesting. So that was a major hike, getting up to that hill. There were 3 levels. And so every time we got to a plateau, everybody thought, oh, God bless. We're here. It's over.
Yeah.
And our guide, she was like this very fit young woman.
Right.
And she would say, oh, no, we're only a third of the way there.
Oh,
we
goodness.
still have 2 other steps to get up. But it was just interesting because they had the cross up there, and 99% of people that believe there are Catholic.
Oh, okay.
They're all Catholic churches.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. So that was Split. The video I did also was a short interview of my dad about what he thought of the hike. And so he's kind of funny. He's a better actor than I am.
I liked that video, yeah. I liked all of them, though.
At the end, he goes, dun, 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 which is not even what he should have been singing. Was the Texas song. Right? Because he said we replaced the Croatian flag with the Texas flag.
Well, don't give away the punchline, people.
Check it out on Instagram. You'll see what I'm talking about. The next day was in a town called Zadar. And we got to park right next to what they call is Greetings to the Sun. And I didn't really know what this thing was. It's not like some weird cult thing. It's art. But what the artist did is he made this solar panel that lights up at night. And I still don't know why they call it Greetings to the Sun.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that they have a beautiful sunset. And so I took lots of pictures of the sun.
Oh.
But I guess it comes on sort of when the sun's setting. So maybe that's why it says Greetings to the Sun.
I can't wait to see all of these things because some of them you haven't posted yet.
Right. Well, because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I wasn't a good student.
Oh.
I didn't hear the guide talking about it.
Okay.
I just thought it was like, here's the solar panel.
Oh, okay.
I saw it in the morning.
Yeah.
And then at night, I said, I think that thing's going to light up.
Uh-huh.
But I still didn't know it was called Greetings to the Sun until I was doing more study when I was making my videos.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I did post that video, but you only see it in the background.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have to watch again.
Okay. Which video was that?
Zadar.
Okay. I'll go find that one again.
But the beginning of that video is of the sea organ.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
And so this was also a challenge to video, to capture the sound of the sea organ.
Right.
Because there's people everywhere.
Right.
And the seawall, the promenade that you can walk on, has these little flute-like tubes in the wall. And so when the waves crash against the wall, it's pushing air across those tubes like it's a flute. And it's easier to hear with your ears than with a video microphone.
Right. The audio was pretty decent, though, considering you didn't have...
It kind of sounds like whales.
Yeah.
You could hear it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But you could also hear the background noise.
Yeah.
Did you did that in edits? I guess they don't have like a background noise remover.
They do have a background noise remover, but it cut the sound.
Yeah.
All of the sound, basically.
But it was good.
That's not even the best part. So there was the Romans were there in Zadar way back in the 4th century.
They were everywhere.
Yeah. And so there was a Roman forum and basilica that was destroyed, over several hundreds of years of wars that have been happening there. But they still had some of the big marble columns that the Romans liked to build with. And so I took a video of that and sort of explained how those Roman columns are still being used.
Where would you shared with us and thank you for taking us with you, by the way. I got a lot of joy out of, and it's probably somewhere I'll never go in my lifetime,
Well, because
it was
you
so
won't
kind
want to
of
get
you.
on an airplane.
I wouldn't want to get on the airplane, yeah. So, like, you've taken me you took the audience with you. It was so kind of you. You could have just enjoyed yourself and, forget everybody else. But.
Well, it's hard for me to go on vacation. It's hard for me to relax because as a child, I was told to be productive. Mm-hmm. And so even when I'm on vacation, I have to think of something to do. Uh-huh. Like, how am I going to be productive?
Yeah.
I did some legal work, even though, the office and staff were handling everything back home. But I wanted to, produce these videos because I want people that listen and watch the Talk Law Radio to know about the history of these places.
Yeah, and then you end up learning more yourself because you have to research more for the video.
I did. Yeah, we're going to have to take a break, and I'll talk about some more of Tourist Todd's travels. Stay tuned.
Planning for your summer vacation? Don't forget to plan for the things that really matter. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. Have you planned for your final affairs? Why spend time and money on vacation plans but neglect your legacy? Contact Marquardt Law Firm today. Our attorneys focus on business and estate law, including last wills, living trusts, and tax-protected inheritance plans. Call 210-530-4278. That's 210-530-4278. Or visit marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt here with Shannon Salmon-Haas. I keep trying to say S.A. because you changed your Instagram name. Now she's San Antonio Shannon Roberta. So you can find her on Instagram. And please follow her so that you can learn how to be encouraged.
And how to have a lot of names.
Yeah. Having a long name on Instagram is probably okay, but
you think?
Some of these other platforms have a character limit.
Yeah. It's the bio limit that gets me. I want to tell you all about all my,
All your beliefs?
All my profile, like what I want you to know about me, and you have to fit into that little tiny bio.
Well, stay a mystery. You can read her bio and her profile, San Antonio Shannon Roberta on Instagram.
What's in your bio?
Well, my Facebook bio says Christian, attorney, broadcaster.
You see? But you're also a dog dad. Like you're so much more. It doesn't fit in your bio.
Yeah, I met somebody just the other day, and she met me at the office. She was so happy that Lexi was there.
Oh.
Because really, she's a fan of Lexi.
Yeah, I am as well.
Well, while you're looking for my profile.
Make your life heaven on earth by doing God's will.
Oh, that's my Instagram bio.
Yeah, that's your bio.
See, there's a character limit on that one.
Uh-huh.
But what I was talking about was the Facebook one.
Yeah.
I think that's
a good bio.
More.
Good job.
So I've been talking about Croatia and the places that I went when I was vacationing with my dad. And the next place we went to was called Rovinj. And I haven't made a video of this one yet because I have writer's block.
Mm-hmm.
I took a lot of photos, but I wasn't a very good student of the tour guide.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
He would say, well, this architecture, this, and this architecture, that.
Uh-huh.
And all I heard was blah, 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 blah.
Your brain was full at that point.
Yeah.
Were you hungry, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. When you take pictures of something, do you ever forget what you were taking a picture of?
I can't say that's happened to me yet, but I do need to work on my memory. Yeah.
So I was trying to, after I would get back to the ship, I would make notes. But this place is probably my worst performance yet. But the one thing I do remember is something about Saint Euphemia. Have you heard?
No.
Weren't you Catholic once?
Oh, yeah. I've been Catholic.
Well, she's a saint.
I believe you.
What's unique about her is that there was a period of time when Christians in this area were persecuted. Actually, I think she's from somewhere else. The way she ended up in this little town in Croatia is another story. But anyway, she was persecuted. She was told to deny her faith. And she said, no, I won't deny Christ. And so they took her and a bunch of other Christians to a coliseum, and they were fed to lions. She was not devoured.
Wow. Do you think it was there? Did it happen there, or they took her probably somewhere else? Because there's no coliseum there, right?
Right. No, I apologize. I don't remember where she was from. But the way she ended up in this part of Croatia is another miracle.
Yeah.
So she was buried in one of these stone tombs.
Yeah. And
somehow she ended up in the ocean.
Uh-huh.
And floated up to the bay where Rovinj is. And some men tried to pull it in.
Yeah.
And they couldn't.
Wow.
But this one boy had a dream. Somebody told him, go get that tomb and bring your 2 cows and some ropes and bring it up this hill to Rovinj.
Wow.
And he did.
Uh-huh.
So that's part of the story, or the legend, or I don't know what to call it.
Well, depending on what kind of evidence is, you can call it history. I mean,
Right, exactly. So in this, there's a church named after her that was named something else before she got there. But I took pictures of it. I'll post the video. I was just impressed with her faith.
Yeah.
I think it encourages believers, to know that there's believers out there that will die for their faith. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if we were being persecuted right now today by the government or by some other religion that was trying to stamp us out, would you be able to say, no, I won't deny Christ? You can.
Every Christian has to ask themselves that question. Yeah.
I think I would keep the faith. So the next town that we went was Piran, Slovenia. So this was another country. And they said, you have to take your passport because, they might stop you. But what was unique about our trip is we went to the Lipica Stud Farm, home of the world-famous Lipizzanaar horses. So you may have seen these horses on the Disney Channel. They're the white horses, and they can jump all 4 feet off the ground.
Oh, wow. Did you see that? Did they do that when you were there?
They did. One.
Uh-huh.
They have 2 that can do it. They have a couple other horses that can sit pretty like this.
Uh-huh.
But I couldn't take a video because they said, this is our secret trade product. And if people want to see these horses, they have to come to our town.
I have a question, and we're going to run out of time. Can I ask my question?
Yeah.
So you have one video of this really fancy restaurant, but what else did you eat? Like, was it like just mac and cheese was it just normal stuff or?
No. Usually dinner was on the ship.
Oh, okay.
During this part of the trip.
Okay.
When we got to Italy, we were off the ship. And so we had to find food in other ways.
You took footage of the food, right? Please tell me.
I didn't. I took photos.
I want to see the food.
I'll have to post some photos, but I didn't know that was a thing. I should.
Well, it might just be a me thing.
Yeah. No, but we had in Venice, we had a pizza night, which was,
I know a kid
all the pizza's weird.
His parents took him to Italy and spent all this money on a trip, and they asked him, what did you like about it? He said the pizza was good.
It is, but it's not like Domino's. It's not like Pizza Hut. And so you have to kind of adapt.
Uh-huh.
So the pizza that we had, I don't even think it had tomato sauce. It was just other stuff on the pizza.
Yeah.
They love cheese.
Did you have some Italian wine? I'm going to be so mad at you if you say no right now.
No, I did. I just don't know what it's called. I'm not a wine connoisseur.
It's vino.
Yeah, we did have wine. But on pizza night, we had beer.
Uh-huh.
Then we had pasta night. We went to a different restaurant, and my dad liked the seafood pasta. I got something else.
Do you think you were in authentic places, or was it like touristy?
Oh, no. The hotel has a list, and so they sent us to the authentic places. We wanted to go to a tourist place where the guy's playing the accordion and they were singing. We're like, let's do that.
Yeah.
And then so we asked the concierge, where is that place? And he said, don't go there.
Nobody goes there.
Some people do.
You rode in one of those boats.
Yeah, the gondola in Venice. It was very romantic to be on that boat with my dad. No, it was cool. The streets and the highways, it's all water.
Yeah.
On the other side of the canals, though, on the other side of the buildings, there's walkways. I mean, you can walk through Venice as well. But whereas in Croatia, they said there's no crime, there's no police. In Venice, they said, hold your wallet because somebody might pickpocket you. And we did see police several times.
Yeah.
And then after we left Venice, we went to Murano for glass sculpting. Went to like this factory and saw them, blowing glass and shaping it.
Yeah.
And I bought red glass earrings and a necklace for Chris.
Aw, I wanted to ask that.
Yeah.
But I was scared you were going to say no and that I was going to put you on the spot. I'm also waiting for my T-shirt that says my friend went to Croatia and all I got was this shirt.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I failed you. All you got were these dumb videos. But then we took like this water taxi from Murano to Borano, where they're famous for grandmothers who make lace.
Oh.
And it's very expensive because these grandmothers are the only ones left that know how to do it.
Wow. And
I wanted to get the symbol for St. Mark, which is like a bull with wings. No, a lion with wings. But it was over $1,000, just like this frame.
I wonder how long it took her to make it.
Right. So instead, I got Caitlin these lace earrings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to ask her, where did you get those?
Right.
And
she'll say, Borano. Well, we have to end the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Talk to you later.
Bye.